Hi everyone, this is Bernie, your Revit Blaster here at Printed Incorporated, bringing you the TNT for Revit users. What's the TNT? Tips and tricks. But because it's the new year, 2026, Happy New Year everybody, I'm going to explain again. The TNT that I talk about is tips and tricks. But what is TNT? That's dynamite. Who brings dynamite to a site? The guy is typically called the blaster. Therefore, I gave myself that little nickname. And I want to talk a little bit more in this video about something a little deeper than the surface type of stuff I've done in 2025, starting out these videos. But I want to talk about shared parameters. On your Manage tab, you have this Settings panel and Shared Parameters. Don't be afraid to make them. This is where it creates it under my users, my name, documents, and where I wanted to put it. And it will always refer to that. But here I've created a group. You get to create groups and parameters. This group is the door group. And then I selected new and created these 4 door parameters. Those are things that I want to have show up in a schedule that may not be in the door typically when you open a door in Revit or use a door in Revit. So I create them here. I go to new, put the name in, common discipline, make this a text, and that's it. I'm going to cancel that for now. But that just shows you how to create your shared parameters. Now, those shared parameters can be used by families, used by tags, used by schedules. You can use it in multiple ways in Revit. So, let's say I want to, and I overrode the door tag. That's why you don't see the normal tag that Revit gives you plus my tag. I didn't name my tag other than door tag, so it would override it. So kind of my bad. You're not getting to see like just door 100, door 200, 101, 102, 103, and I'm showing up here, which is typically how people will do it. I created this tag to show you automatically or quickly, easily, how the parameter shows up in the tag. I created that tag on purpose. I like this tag because it shows me everything about the door as much as I can do, the basics of the door. And how is that? Okay. So this is just a little bit more about the tag. It's door 100. It's a 3070. I put that in there just for use, so you can see it right on the plan. You don't have to guess the size. In the tags that I saw in a project years ago, it was done by hand. It was circular in motion, this tag. But the size of the door was not based on this. It would have another parameter in it, like a 1, 2, 3 or an STUV. And you would have another schedule on your sheet showing you what the size was. If it's a door S, oh, okay. I could have made that in the name, 100S, 100T, 100U, 100V. However I would want to do that. But I want to talk about these. These are just simple things I put in this tag. I didn't do the size. I put the size in that way. F means it's a flush door. R means it's a single rabbited frame. Let me change this to fine. You'll see the single rabbited frame. And D is for a drywall frame. That's what I call D's, drywall frame and masonry frame, 4-inch head, 2-inch head. So I wanted to put as much information in there so the guy reading the plan would know, what kind of door is this? What's the deal with this door? What kind of frame does it have? What kind of panel does it have? It has a flush panel. This one has a panel with a vision light in it. All right? So that's the idea. Now, I showed you how to create them in the shared parameters file. I can show you real quick stick a door in there. There's another flush door. Stick another door in there. And I go up here to annotate. I go to tag by category. That's the kind of one I have. And there it is. Tells me everything about that door. Flush, rabbited frame. I forgot to fix this from a masonry frame. Go to 0. Boom. There it is. I usually do that when I put the door in, but I forgot. Anyway, that's the idea of these frame parameters, shared parameters. Use them in anything you want. Electrical equipment, mechanical equipment, plumbing fixtures. They don't always have everything in there that you want. Plumbing fixtures, you could put parameters in there, shared parameters in there for fixture units, per fixture. How many gallons per minute of flow? Well, everything you want to do. You could create that schedule to have all kinds of columns in it. So I want to talk about shared parameters and title blocks, show you how to use those. I have a couple of items here in this title block that I have on the screen. That is an Autodesk title block. I opened up the Imperial. I started a project with the Imperial template. And I want to show you, this is the sheet that shows up. So I want to show you about that. I thought I would take these 5 lines, 5 or 6 lines here, and show you how to fill those in very nicely and neatly in project information right here. It's on the Manage tab, project information. So I would like to have these filled in automatically on every sheet in my project. So I created some shared parameters that go to the title block. I go to shared parameters and I go to my groups and I go to my title block groups. There they are. Those are the ones I created just for this situation here. Consultant 1, I call this 1, this 2, 3, 4, and 5. Consultant 1, that would be their name. Consultant 2 name, that would be this one. Consultant 1, address 1. There's 3 lines for address, so I made 3 of them, 1, 2, 3. And there's a consultant 1 phone number. So, how does this work? Well, in here, let me see. Not out of the view. Here we go. There's the title block. I'm going to hit edit the family. And in there, I'm going to add the, what we call label. Now, notice I went to the create tab. Over here to text, I'm going to create a label. This is text already. It will show up in every one. But we want to create a label that we can adjust how we want. I'm going to do the 1/8 inch tab because that's the 1/8 inch for the C. There is that 1/8 inch. I'm going to click on that. And I don't see consultant 1 for the name. So I'm going to go in here and hit new. I'm going to use a shared parameter. I'm going to select it. Go in here and pick the right group for title blocks. Consultant 1. I didn't put name in the first time because I didn't realize what I was doing, I guess. And I'm going to bring that to this side. And I can take that 1 and say name, consultant name. Okay, it's lowercase, that's okay. Consultant name, there it is. Now, you may have to do some adjusting. How do you want this to go? Do you want this to be aligned horizontally to the left or to the right, center? And how far do you want it to go? I don't want it to go much past there. Now, it's going to wrap if it's too long of a name, just so you know. And I might want to have it wrap up. So let's do vertical alignment, top. Let's do bottom for that one. I'm going to hit apply. Okay. Now let's make another one. create label, 1/8 inch. I can align it, see it gives me the grip there, gives me the alignment tool. I'm going to go there. I'm going to pick again, go to the shared parameters, go into the title blocks, consultant 1, address 1, okay? And hit OK. And I'm going to bring this across so that's there. Hit OK, and there it is. Now, I'm not sure about the alignment of that, so let's take this and just nudge this up a little bit. Try and get that in there. Let's do another. Let's create another label. Create label. Select here. We're going to add it from the shared parameter. Title blocks. Consultant 1, address 2. Bring that across. Hit OK. Again, that's not exactly where I wanted it, so I can hit the up arrow a little bit. Try and get it closer to there. Let's do another one. Create label. Let's come down here. Let's do it again. Now we're going to do consultant 1. I lost my place, so let's move this. Address 3. Here we go. Title blocks, consultant 1, address 3. That's fine. We're going to bring that across. That's the one we're going to use. And let's do one more. That's going to be consultant 1, phone number. So we go to title blocks, consultant 1, phone. There we go. Bring that across over to here. There we are. Now I'm going to nudge this up where I think it's going to be, and that looks pretty good. Okay, so there's those 5 anyway. So let's save that. That's okay. Always when you save, go in here and hit options 1 for maximum backup so it doesn't mess with your server. Go ahead and replace it. We're going to load it and close it. And I'm going to pick overwrite the existing version and its parameter values. That way it shows up. I select this title block, it shows me the question marks. Hey, there's things to fill in here. Can I click on that? No. Okay. But I can get it to show up. Go to manage, go to project information. Oh, well, they're not here. So now what? Okay. Here's the major step you have to do to make these parameters work. You have to go to project parameters and you have to load these into the project. I go to a shared parameter, hit select. Go to my title blocks. That's the top one, I'll take it. I'm going to load it into identity data, and I want to make sure it's associated with project information so that when I open the project information box, it's there. But I load the other ones. Wish it would start with title block, right? Consultant 1, boom. Identity data. And I'm going to scroll down and go to proper project. Easy for me to say, right? Project information, boom. We'll do it 2 more times, 3 more times. This is something that somebody that is setting things up for everybody in your company should do. Takes a little time, but once it's done, everybody's flying. That's what's so nice about it. Let's do address number 3 because that's what was there. Oops. Project information. And let's do the phone. We'll do the phone too. Consultant 1 phone. Here we go. I just happen to like it there. Project information. Now they're loaded into the project. So now when you go to project information, look at that. Under identity data, there they are. Consultant 1, ABE Consultants. Hopefully I spelled that right. Address 1, 123 Main Street. Address 2, anywhere, PA, whatever. I'm in Pennsylvania. There could be all kinds of different things for the address. The cell phone you can put in there, 555-555-5555. Okay, watch them show up. There they are. So that will show up on every sheet. Very handy tool. If you'd like, you could have a block in your title block that shows what submission are you putting this under. And you could do that with a shared parameter and in the project information, so that when you go in, you can go in there and change it. And when you change it, it'll be done on every sheet. Okay? Very handy tool. Any questions or concerns, please contact us at Printastat Incorporated, printastat.com. Have a great day, everybody.